Hey, what's up? Welcome to the video. I wanted to do something a little bit different this time around. I had an idea for a series of videos that I want to try, and I've done only the most basic of preparations because I want to try to capture my real response and thought process and how I would tackle this particular challenge that I'm calling the Startup Idea Challenge. And this is all kind of coming about from a gentleman that I've been watching his videos for quite a while, Greg Eisenberg, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Let's pull it up here actually so you can see. So here's Greg's channel on YouTube, and his show is called Startup Ideas Podcast, and he has on his guests to talk about startup ideas. And he also has this website which you can sign up for that has what it's called ideabrowser.com. And what this offers, the value that this is giving, is they send you a new startup idea every day, one idea every day. And so what I thought would be kind of fun once a week is to take one of those ideas that are in the database or that get emailed out and see if we can build an MVP in 30 minutes or less. And so this video in particular is kind of more introductory, I feel like, because I only spent maybe 5 minutes looking at one idea and realized that it was actually a very deep idea and not just kind of surface level. So I wanted to take the opportunity to look through this together, and in case we have questions or we want to try to do something, we do have Grok here ready to rock and roll. So here's the page. I'm trying to remember how to get to the actual list of ideas. Discover. Here we go. 1,853 ideas, sorted by newest first. Okay, great. So here's the latest ideas. July 31st. So that's technically tomorrow. East Coast. Greg's East Coast. Business brokers watch the same deal die. Books look fine. Revenue is steady. Then a buyer asks how pricing gets decided and hears it from memory. Owners selling the business. I'm not a fan of this idea. Doesn't speak to me. Weekly care summaries from caregiver data to families. That is interesting. That is actually really, really interesting. But you know what you're going to run into in that kind of stuff is you're handling. You're very quickly going to cross the line into medical data and information, and then you've got to comply with a whole bunch of laws and regulations and things. So that one's definitely valuable, but outside my wheelhouse. Tune-up shop for misfiring business chatbots. I saw this was the one I actually put some time into reading. This one is interesting. I do like the idea. 24-hour access window has expired. Oh, interesting. See, this is live. I didn't even realize that the idea is expired after 24 hours. I do have, I think, some more details of it in my email. Interesting. So I guess the way that we'll have to do these videos going forward is when I see a good idea come in to my email, is we'll have to just sit down and build it right away. And then we'll hopefully be able to stack a few of them, and then we'll just share them once a week. But I mean, from here we have enough of a description that we could start building. We don't need the full report to build out the idea itself. Portfolio page tool that builds trust before the first client. Brutal catch-22. Clients demand proof before hiring. Testimonials require clients. Work samples exist but feel scattered. This one is incredibly relevant. That's literally what we're doing right here. But I don't think we need to build that. I mean, we could. If you guys are interested in seeing that, we can definitely walk through that one. Let me know. But I feel like that one's kind of obvious. Like, that's an obvious chicken egg problem. It's not interesting enough. It's not novel enough for me. Platform that finds and closes your first paying customer. Like Product Hunt. Products works where the founder posts on Product Hunt messages. Old LinkedIn contacts, writes the launch blog. Weeks pass. I'm not sure how that one works. Finds and closes your first paying customer. Honestly, I'm not sure what that one does. Agent ready ordering platform for independent restaurants. Restaurants hand up to 30% of a delivery order to DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. Thousands in margin leave each month. Owners want to take orders directly. This is really easy. This is really, really easy. We could probably build this in 15 minutes. We could build an MVP in literally 20 minutes for this particular issue. So let's just do it. Might as well. We found one. I have a very clear idea of how to handle this. So you think about it. I was literally in the In-N-Out drive-thru today, and they have a ticket system. When you're at the order tower thing with the microphone, the speaker, you're placing your order, and immediately 2 tickets get printed. One gets printed in the kitchen that makes its way eventually to the end, and the other one gets printed when you pay. And then they use them so they can match them up. I had to give them, the gentleman at the second window, I had to give him my receipt because someone had moved my ticket too early or too late or something at the second window. So yeah, we could do this. We could do this really quickly. We'll use Grok. We'll use some sub agents. We'll at least we'll set some parameters, right? We're gonna try to build this in less than a 30-minute video. I think we can do this particular idea in less than 20 minutes. But we'll lay some foundational groundwork of what's in scope and what's out of scope. So obviously you would want this to be a mobile app. To do this in 20 minutes, we're not going to do a mobile app. We could very well. But to just do an MVP, I think a web tool is enough. Converting that into a mobile application is very straightforward. So we won't do that. We'll just do a web app. And we're going to basically take the ideas of how DoorDash and Uber Eats work and then just translate it to the point where a restaurant could handle it themselves. So let's start. Let's just do this. Because this is going to be, I'm assuming this is locked. Yeah. Explore the plans. That's fine. We don't need it. So I told Codex, I was like, hey, I need a little timer because the built-in Mac timer is too big. I'll show it to you really quick, just for 2 seconds here. Clock. So look at the size of this timer, right? Huge. That's the default timer. So I was like, I need something smaller. So I asked ChatGPT, I was like, is there something out there that's smaller? And so instead of doing an internet search, it literally built this for me in like less than 5 minutes. So here we go. Set the timer. We've got 20 minutes. Let's build this. Okay. Hey Grok, we have a 20-minute build challenge that we are going to do together. Here is an idea for a startup. Sorry, I had something in the way of my screen. Here's an idea for a startup from Greg Eisenberg's idea browser. We have 20 minutes to build an MVP of this. solution. Here is the starting prompt from his idea browser site. And we don't even get the full snippet because this is all we get. We don't have the full description because it is locked, but I think we have enough data to start without any additional. We have enough data to start. Okay. So I'm trying to think now, do we start asking Grok to ask us questions, or do we want to spec a few more things? So because we are under a time crunch, we will just focus on creating a web app MVP. We will not do anything related to mobile development. We could spin up a database. We could spin up a Supabase database. But for an MVP, do we really need it? For an MVP, we can just have the website itself that we're going to build locally. We could have it handle all of the math and all of the data locally. It doesn't need to get pushed to Supabase. If we needed to, that'd probably add maybe 5 to 10 minutes to the build time. It's not really going to be super helpful for you as the viewer to see that part of it. If you need a walkthrough on that, how I set that up, please feel free to comment or let me know, message me, and we'll do a separate video on that. That's kind of more evergreen. It doesn't change much. Supabase is pretty consistent. We will also not be using any database implementation because, again, we are only building an MVP. We can handle anything that looks like a database query locally. In this project folder, please create a new folder for this challenge build. Let's call it agent ready ordering platform. Agent ready. So there's got to be an AI agent in there somewhere, or the AI agent is the one taking the order. That has to be it. Let's call it agent ready food order. Agent ready foodie. Based on the description provided, what information, clarifications, or questions do you need from me? All right. So we've already burned 4.5 minutes in our 20-minute challenge. For a 20-minute MVP, I only need a few decisions, so we build the right thing first. Checking the project folder, it's empty. Created agent ready foodie in the project folder. Before we start the clock on the build, here's what I need from you, so we spend the 20 minutes on the right MVP. What does agent ready mean for this demo? Excellent question, Grok. Glad you asked. Machine readable ordering API, in-app AI assistant, or both. I'm going to spec this as machine readable. An in-app AI assistant doesn't really make sense. I think what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make it so that you can hop onto Hermes agent, you can hop onto Codex, tell it what you want, and it goes to this service, takes down the information from the AI agent, and then you get the food. Definitely just A. We want the user to send their AI agent to our service, and we transact with just the agent, not a human user, exclusively. I don't want to rule it out. We might have humans on the page. We need to be able to see what's happening. So we'll leave it like that. Who is the hero user to name the demo? Pick one primary. Oh, it's the cut. Pick one primary path. I think it's going to be the restaurant owner. The goal is to be able to deploy this to small mom and pop restaurants so that they can interface with customers' AI agents without relying on large conglomerates like DoorDash or Uber Eats. We're trying to make them more. We're trying to keep their independence so they can have this tool and not need to rely on those big guys. What must ship? One demo restaurant, seated menu, cart plus checkout, order confirmation, owner side order list, wide direct, fee comparison, agent surface, explicitly out. Yeah. So we need 1, 2, 3, wide direct fee. We don't need 4, agent surface, chat order document. We don't need a working agent surface. We can just fake that for a demo. Yes, your assumptions on what's out are good. Tech stack preference. Single absolute minimum no build step. A or B for easier machine. Whatever. Just do A. Next. Demo restaurant flavor. For simplicity, do a generic burger joint. Call it Burgers Are Us. And keep the menu as limited as in and out. 6, done for the challenge. 6, 60-second screen recording. Example of a strong demo story. Customer or agent places a direct order. Restaurant sees it instantly. Screen shows margin save versus DoorDash. Close. We want a customer or agent to place a direct order. Restaurant sees it and gets printed tickets instantly. And then we have a response / tracker so the agent can report back. Because otherwise we're just taking the order and then we're not giving the agent feedback or a tracker for the customer. Margin saved over DoorDash is irrelevant. Our tool will be pennies on the dollar. Optional only if you care. Dark versus light UI. Dark UI, please. Deploy target local only. Deploy real LLM key for the agent chat. We're only doing an MVP. We don't need a real agent, chat. Go. Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot. How do we stop Grok? Escape? Okay. I forgot to add to my previous message, please spawn as many sub-agents as you need to build this as quickly as possible. I would assume you will want at least 3 agents. Cool. Locking in the plan in scaffolding Next.js, then spinning up parallel agents for API, owner kitchen tickets, and agent order tracker. Agent ready ordering platform for independent restaurants. I said mom and pop, but that's really independent is not part of a chain, not a franchise. They're not going to have the deep pockets behind them. I can think of a restaurant like 5 minutes from me right now that this would be perfect for them. And I like their food, so I could on my phone I could message my Hermes agent and say, hey, order me 3 pad thais from that place, and then the agent would go and communicate with this tool, do the transaction, and then the food just either shows up or I just go pick it up when it's ready. The agent tells me, hey, you should leave now because I know what your distance to the restaurant, and you should leave now to go pick up the food. So it's spawning 3 agents with clear file ownership. So it's trying to make sure that they don't overwrite each other's work. That's why I recommended 3, because it's kind of each phase of the process. So one of them's doing the landing tracker demo agent. Another one's doing the owner kitchen, the tickets UI, what that looks like. Obviously, we're not going to hook up a printer right now just for an MVP, but it's going to show what that output could look like. And then the third one's the API menu orders store. So it's going to probably build what it would use for an AI agent, almost like probably API endpoints, I'm assuming, where the agent, instead of just kind of trying to crawl a web page, it's actually going to do an API request to the restaurant through this tool to get what's on the menu. And then it would be interesting to spend a little bit more time on this, to build it out in a way where you have to you have to have an agent running in the restaurant so the agent knows what's available and what's not available. Like if you run out of a certain food item, like a certain meat, chicken or something, you want to make sure you can make sure that the agent knows not to offer that to the system knows not to offer that to any agents. That would be really interesting. So you'd almost want to set up an agent at the restaurant to kind of manage or monitor this system, to make sure that you can just kind of talk to it and say, hey, we're out of chicken. Don't accept any more orders for chicken. And then the agent can go into this system and then block the agents from being able to do that. So we've got you can see the updates at the top there of what each sub agent is doing. One is done. The API one is done already. There we go. All 3 agents finished. That was like 2 minutes. Very, very good. Integrating and verifying the app end to end. Next.js dev server. Good. So, I mean, like, I thought this would be kind of fun to do videos like this. This is a good challenge for me to make sure that I'm staying sharp and I'm looking at these these ideas critically, and trying to stand up an MVP in 30 minutes I feel like is good exercise. MVP is up. 3 parallel agents shipped backend, kitchen board, and demo tracker. Build and smoke test both passed. Running now localhost. Let's see if we can pull this up. All right, so here it is. Let me pin it here. Sweet, wow, okay. So we've got agent gets menu, agent posts order, the kitchen prints the ticket, and then the agent pulls the status. So let's open kitchen board. Wow, look at that. In progress. Print the ticket, cheeseburger, fries, shake, market is ready. Incredible, burgers are us. Try agent demo. Fake agent demo, okay. Run agent. Agent booting. Fetching menu, restaurant. So it built a fake API endpoint for what it would look like if an agent was trying to order from the restaurant. Here's the items: double, cheeseburger, hamburger, french fries, shake, soft drink, agent composing order, selected items, agent submitting order, so it sends a API request, a post API request, 2 cheeseburgers with extra pickles, french fries, shake, pickup, fake name, placed by customer AI agent, please text when ready. Cool. So on the restaurant end, they could have an AI agent that automatically sends that text message. Very easy to do. Order information. Order placed. Open kitchen board. There we go. There's the new order just placed. So then we print the ticket, I guess. Okay. I guess we just build the print feature. Grok just built the print feature. Might as well, right? Might as well. That's cool. That's one of those AGI moments for me. Amazing. I don't think we have a way to... Oh, I guess confirm. Okay, yeah. So we're confirming that we have a start prep. Wow. Mark ready. Complete. It built the whole workflow. The whole workflow. It did it. Amazing. That's it. That's the demo. And that agent's pull status. So for each part of the board, the agent can use the transaction that it gets from the API and pull the API to say, hey, where's my order at? Hey, where's my order at? And then when the order is done, then the user's agent can say, hey, the food is ready, or the order is done, the order is ready. And there we go. We got a minute to spare. So we did it. I'm going to call this very first idea browser challenge a resounding success. Have to give a lot of credit to Grok 4.5. I'm very glad that I remembered to ask him, Grok. I call Grok him. Anthropomorphizing it already. But grateful to Grok. Glad I remembered to run 3 agents in parallel, otherwise we wouldn't have gotten where we did. And the print feature actually working that's too much. That's too much for me. I love it. Absolutely love it. So there you go, guys. If you enjoyed that, please stay tuned. Follow me on X. Please subscribe to the channel on YouTube. I'm going to try to do one of these a week. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So thank you so much for joining me. And we'll see you in the next one.